Hello, you're watching Berita Satu English, and we are in the world of Batik with Bima, Group CEO of Mahakarya Warisan Nusantara, the holding company for Iwan Tirta private collection. Now, you mentioned earlier, we talk about the two sides of the coin, one being Batik is seen as one of the leading exports that Indonesia has, but on the other hand, I wouldn't say it may be suffering. Or what is going on?
I wouldn't say suffering, I wouldn't say a frown, definitely, but something that we have to be concerned about, meaning that, of course, maybe I'm a purist, I would say that Batik has to be like what, right? I'm the traditionalist. But the other side of the coin, there is a commoditized batik. Batik that comes from the story of printed batik, with the danger of being just a mere graphic design on a piece of fabric. Don't get me wrong, that's another, another tip of the iceberg. I would say that I have a certain angle seeing, the creative community of the Indonesian youngsters, fabulous, truly fabulous. And our government is also, we have to put 2 thumbs up with the Ministry of Creative Economics, right? Because of what? Animation, for example, industry, graphic design industry from Indonesian youngsters has been noted and in the international communities, right? I would say within the printed batik, not necessarily is a bad thing, but it's something to be concerned about, because if it's commoditized, certain production centrals, I would say, for example, from China, for example, they would be able to bring in more armaments, and taking most of the bulk of the market to them, which necessarily unfair, I would say. But of course, we cannot say that it's being unfair. We have to do something about it. So the creative youngsters, I believe, would be a very good, forefront in this matter to taking it back. I wouldn't say again printed batik is bad, but we, as the so-called owner of this heritage and art, would have to take this two-sidedly, a two-pronged strategy. One, the traditional batik, of course. It's where Iwan Tirta private collection as one of the player. That's one part. But the batik, printed batik, it's the youngsters that has to, bring it into the new economy and have it as an Indonesian skill of mastery again. Right.
Yeah. So it's a matter of bridging these two generations.
Exactly.
Different
exactly. The old economy, the new economy, the old artisan and the new artisan. Yeah.
So you would say that this would this later in the future pose a threat for the old world of batik?
Right now, it's already a threat, but we have to use the threat as opportunity. By all means, we have the skill, the art, the skill as well, and we have to take it back.
When you say that the involvement of young generations, entrepreneurs in the batik collection, the batik world, or in the batik business, are we talking about their involvement in incorporating batik in their business, or their understanding and their willingness to actually preserve the batik itself?
Interesting that you mentioned that. Everything comes from understanding and awareness, right? Every business should have a soul. Right. That's why that comes the understanding and awareness. One can always see an opportunity from the economic side, when the other one can put a soul into the economic opportunity. Both ways can go a long way, but I believe the one that is most sustainable is actually that's having the soul.
Understanding of the
Definitely,
history,
by all means, because if I'm not mistaken, the creative economy right now would love to hear storytelling behind. It is one inseparable elements of any creative economics, businesses or opportunities.
All right, we'll talk more about Mahakarya Warisan Nusantara, but mainly we will focus on Iwan Tirta private collection after the break.